Alright, this is Unit 4, Formative 2, Video 1, Graphing Linear Inequalities in Slope-Intercept form. Okay, so now we're going to be using some inequalities like we had in the past. So we have greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to, just like when we graphed equations. Okay, the difference is when we have our line, okay, it's either going to be dashed or solid, okay, or we're going to shade above or below. Okay, so and how we do that, the easiest way to do that is to the top of the y-axis is always greater than and the bottom is always less than. Okay, and that'll help you shade your line. Okay, your or equal to's, okay, is going to be the solid line. It's like a closed circle. Okay, your greater than or less than is going to be what we call a dashed line. Okay. All right, so the first one, the nice thing is everything's the same. Okay, where this is in slope-intercept form, so we need to find m and b. So my m is -3/1, right? It's always in front of the x term, and my y-intercept is -1. So my y-intercept is -1. We graph that first, and the -3, which is my rise, okay, means I'm going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3, and then my run is positive, so I'm going to go to the right one. Okay, and I can also go the other way. Okay, now this right here, it's or equal to, so now I'm going to have a solid line. Okay, now it's helpful with inequalities to make your line across your graph. It's going to be easier to see which way you shade. Okay, so remember, this is greater than, this is less than. Okay, now mine is greater than, so I'm going to shade the side of the line that has the greater than symbol on it. Okay, and that's my answer. All right, next one is x is greater than 4. Okay, so slope equals, and now this doesn't have an x, so this has an x, or I'm sorry, it doesn't have a y, so it has an x-intercept. Okay, so my x-intercept is 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so my x-axis is 4. Now you guys remember that this doesn't have a y, so it will not cross my y-axis. So that means it has to be parallel. Okay, now it's greater than only, so it's going to be a dashed line. Okay. All right, so my slope is undefined. It's a vertical line. All right, and now x is greater than. Now here, if I do my greater than or less than on the y, they're both on the same side. So this doesn't actually work. So if I look at my x-axis, okay, bigger numbers are to the right, smaller numbers are to the left. And this is greater than, so I'm going to shade to the right side. Okay, now on this one, we're going to do the opposite. This one I'm going to write an inequality. So in order to write an inequality, I need to find out what m and b are, and then I'm going to write my inequality. Oops. All right, so again, we got to find 2 points that are in exact places. Okay, and we're going to find rise over run. So rose 2, ran 1, and it's positive. And my y-axis, remember there's your y-axis, the intercept is at -2. So my inequality, I know I have a y, and then I have 2x minus 2. Remember, that's your m and that's your b. Now what I need to decide is what inequality goes there. So remember, we have a greater than up high, less than. So which side is shaded is the greater than side. So I'm going to use greater than. And if you look, it is a solid line. So that means I'm going to have an or equal to. Okay, and then there's my line.